Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and today I have more reverse 1999 video for you guys. Okay, and today we're going to focus on like team building. Okay, and then also like I'm going to talk about how to upgrade your character, or something to watch for when you upgrade your characters. Okay, because this is different than a lot of RPG games, or when you play, because it's a gacha game and your resource it's very limited. Okay, so yeah, when you building your characters, you try to pick like the good ones or something that you need first. Okay, after when you play this game for like over a couple years and stuff down the road, you have enough resource and time to upgrade everybody or most of the people. But for now, to make you go through the content easier, so you have to use your resource wisely. Okay, because especially a lot of resource you have to farm and requires the, I don't know what's this called. Yeah, like you need this thing that kind of like raisins, or your daily amount you can use, include like right now at the beginning there's a plentiful of stuff, like they give you free stuff a lot. Like every day I receive plenty of these like the candies to give you more resins to continue farm stuff. But later on, this thing won't be, after you use them all, it's all gone, right? So same thing like this, you can only purchase 8 times a day, and I don't like to use my clear drop for it. So okay, so now just can talk about, okay, so the first of all, you need to pretty much like pick 3 characters, okay, at first, and then you focus on one of them. That's your main DPS, so you give her or him everything, like I would describe this as like, in the old days, when family's not that rich, it's harder to make money back then, and you give your oldest son first, the clothes, the toys, whatever, until like the clothes outgrown, like the toys is no longer needed. You pass down to the next kid. So it's same thing like this. Okay, so you give your best character almost everything, rather of course something that they need as well. Okay, don't give them like a mage of like a warrior gear, something like that. So same thing. So give your best stuff to your main DPS, and then the extra stuff or the stuff that no longer needed, or when you find something better for them, you pass down to the next character, and then same thing, keep going. Okay, so that's the goal. So like this one, you see my second one's a little bit lower and weaker, right? So that's the same thing. And then of course the goal in this game is you need to try to, in the later down, okay, the first thing is you need a team of 3, maybe 4, but usually don't use the 4. You try not to use the 4th one. So the team of 3, make sure you have them good, okay, especially your main DPS good, so you can clear things fast, because sometimes the stage require you to finish in like 8 rounds, or if you cannot do it, you lose a star. I don't want to repeat the same thing, waste more resin, so the goal is to buff everything to your main DPS so you can kill. Okay, so with that clear out of the way, we'll move on to team building. Okay, so let's move on to the team building. So here's the website I found very useful. Okay, so you can look at this and try to find it. Okay, there's a lot of good information on this website. Okay, team building in this game, very simple. Okay, since there's only 3 characters, pretty much the main goal, okay, of course you're not bound to this, okay, especially fighting something way below your level, it doesn't really matter. You can be like 3 support and still beat it. So yes, but the main goal is to, most people at least, they will focus on one main DPS dealer. So you need to find a good try to pull or try to find good DPS, the main DPS, that's the most important one. And then followed by something called support. Okay, you need a second character called support, and the support usually enhance your main character. So for example, like increase the with buffs, debuffs, or CC, you crowd control them, so you can have more time to breathe and more time to heal and damage, right? Or other special effects such as like Moxie. So Moxie is like your ultimate, like you can increase your ultimate quicker, so your main DPS can spam ultimate. Okay, their ultimate. Okay. And the last character is usually I would say a survival character, like for example like healer or healer with some support. Okay, and the second support, or you can go with like especially if you like if you play some stages below your like the enemies below your level, you can go with the second support. Okay, of course I try some stage with 2 main DPS with 1 support because the stage is too easy for me when I upgrade the character. So yeah, 2 DPS and then a support. You don't even need a healer. Okay, and then for support, actually, there's one more thing I want to add is it's also nice to have a support that also can deal a decent amount of damage. Okay, like a burst damage, so you can help you chip away some health for the enemy, and then your main DPS just finish off, or vice versa. Okay, so it just helps you a lot if you have a support also damage. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna talk about is, since the most important character is your main DPS, I'm just going to pull up the tier list. Of course we shouldn't like follow the tier list, like forbidden. It's just, I would always like to use a tier list to use reference. Okay, for example, like I won't say, oh, I like this. See, my favorite character in terms of looks, one of them is this guy, Palfia. It's like a Korean pop star, whatever. But look at, you don't know, when you look at his skill, it looks like, oh, he's awesome, blah blah blah. Everybody looks the same, but the tier list will tell you, okay, the damage he can output is at the rank B. Okay, so it's like pretty decently low. Okay, so you might want to reconsider to waste your resource, at least at this stage of the game. Try to, don't want to waste all your resource to something that makes your, clear the content a little bit harder. So here's the early. See, this website is really nice. You have a tier list for early game and late game. As you can see, a little bit different. Okay, so at first, okay, when you pick your main DPS, okay, so of course this black door, okay, let's get rid of this since we don't have those characters yet. Okay, so your goal early on, try to get at least like the oldest character from the A or above. Okay, it makes your life easier. And then I pulled A9 first. Okay, he's really good, like really strong, but there's a difference between A and S, because after I get Eternity and then I upgrade her to the same level as A9, I found out that I clear my content much easier with Eternity. So there's a difference, still a little gap, okay, between the A and the S. Okay, so you try to get one of these characters. Of course, there's one more character down here. Okay, so from your beginning banner, you either will get Eternity, Regulus, or the Lilia, right? So either 3 of them will be fine. Even though this one at the beginning is a B level, since she's require crit and require it's a single target DPS, so it's a little bit lower. But so try to get this. You can look Eagle. If you don't, let's say you have really bad luck with your pull and you don't have 30 pulls yet for the those 3, the trio, and you can always go for Eagle. Eagle is pretty strong at the beginning. Don't waste everything on her, but like at the early stage she can carry you. Okay, and one of the character I want to mention is, see, the late games, you can see it's like this. And the one of the thing I really mentioned, Eternity is really good. Also this one surprised me. Like Charlie, he's a she's a 5-star character, and it's you can see it's only one 5-star character that's in the S tier for the damage output. Okay, near the end game, she can compete with one of the best DPS, Lilia. Okay, so that's how good a 5-star can be. Okay, but Charlie start to shine when after you pull him for like 3 times, I don't know. It's a P3 plus. Okay, so you need that makes a huge difference in terms of the damage. So Charlie, you require couple pull, but it's very powerful DPS. Okay. So the secondly is you need the support, right? So as you can see, you can check the tier list here. Let's go with the early game again. Okay, so actually you can see all this support. See like Anali, it's all buff and debuff, so increase the damage and reduce the damage taken and stuff like that. Or increase, so to help your DPS do more damage. And there's only one thing you need to watch for, okay? Because, for example, BK Broom, her skill only buff. See like this. Reality damage is damage taken, and plus reality defense goes down. So it's like it's better for if you want to maximize her usefulness. You have to pick a DPS that do reality damage. So it's like, see, like for level 1 you have 30% damage increase instead of just 15. So if you have a mental, the only thing damage will increase is this. Okay, so just watch for some character. So of course that won't happen if you pick NLE. It's some characters more universal. Okay, so you can be either element, like reality or so so you try to pick NLE as possible or BK, and then pretty soon the next patch coming, I think 1.1, there's a Pickle. He's also universal and he doesn't require a lot of AP to so this is very helpful buffer. So so make sure if you don't have any good like a support, you can always looking for this puppy, the human's best friend. Okay, so see, here's all the support characters. You can see that's really good. Okay. And then lastly, it's of course the healer. You need a good healer or shield or damage reduction or something like that for So at the beginning, you can see the early game. You can use this if you're really bad with the pole. You can see, you can use La Source. And you can pretty much easier get a tenant. Like shield. Not the best, but at least something, right? Also, you will get this, I don't know how to pronounce it, I just go Dyke. I don't know. But like this guy you get for free when you log in for 8 days. So he's a healer and pretty decent damage person. Okay, so you can use him. Of course, I got my medicine pocket, so that's what I'm sticking with. Okay, so see, you can see early game is like this. And then when you go down to the late game, look, the character you can see some of the character go down because they are not as useful in the late game. They are just help you at the beginning. Okay, and then another one I want to mention, special mention for the healer, is this Suspi. Okay, because she was very bad at the beginning, like early game. I wouldn't say that bad, but compared to some support, she's a little bit harder at the beginning because it's not immediate heal, right? So until later game, like she become really good because she can heal and she can also put poison onto people. And later down in the 1.2, assuming nothing changed, okay, you get this character here, Changelings. Okay, so there's a team between Suspi and Changeling. Okay, because poison burst. Okay, between these two. So if you have Suspi, then don't worry about it right now. She seems maybe a little bit slightly weaker than her potential, okay? Until the Changeling comes. Then see, you have the 2 people already, and just the 3rd people just pick one of the support. So that's a good team if you can have that later on, like 1.2, so a couple more weeks down the road. Okay, so and then lastly, double check on your tier list. Okay, so to see, try to get, most important is try to get the main DPS, because it does makes a huge difference for clear the contents much easier. Okay, and then lastly, I just want to show you some, you can check on this website, but I'm just going to show you some teams. Okay, like like all the teams here that they go well, that means super expensive, hard to get. So some teams you can think about. Okay, some example, if you have the main DPS here, this is like, I think this is the most best team right now you can think of. And now you have Centurion with the medicine pocket, but it's kind of expensive. Even I only have one of them out of the three. So yeah, this is a very good team, but just require more polling. And this is like the cheaper option for Centurion, like this. Okay, and this is for the, if you didn't put Lilia or Regulus. Okay, this is a more expensive team, but it's helpful. And this is the budget version of the Lilia team, and budget version for the Regulus. Okay, and here's the Eternity team. Okay, I have Medicine, Eternity. I didn't use this too, but yeah, that's my team so far. So this is my Eternity team. Okay, and this also Eternity, since she have the self heal and she can do really good damage. So yes, there's a solo team, like just a buffer. These two this one character, just to buff her to survive enough for her 5 turns, and then after the 5 turns, 5th turn, she's like immune to almost everything. So all the debuffs, almost all the debuffs. So it helps her survivability a lot. Like she don't need those people; they can die afterwards. So yes, so she can solo the most of the content. I mean, like most of the content right now. Okay, she can solo. So that's a Eternity solo team. Okay, this is a team. It's really good because not for the beginning at least. Okay, if you didn't pull any good character at all, so see, you can see Eagle with this Seneto, you have it already, and this one you probably got plenty of. Okay, La Source when you try to pull, and then she's really good at the beginning only. Okay, so same thing with the Eagle. So try not to buff them too much, but at least they will carry you through a big portion of this game. Okay. And then look at it, there's a Charlie team. That's probably what my goal is. I have Baby Blue and Charlie, and then yeah, I probably will have Dyke in like 2 days. So yes, this is probably my second team because Charlie is really good. Okay. And the Petrified team. Okay, actually I was playing my friend's account, and yeah, I didn't know how good she is. Okay, because she's a little lower on tier list, but the Petrify, it's very scary. Like I pretty much solo like like the beginning boss, like the first chapter boss, just with her alone, because she keep petrify people and then pretty much just kills the thing without the the second character comes in. Okay, so yeah, she's really good for the begin. Decent, yeah, she's really good. Petrifying is fun. You can see like enemy turn to stone, especially against boss that can be petrified. Sacrificing. Okay, another team worth mentioning is this team. Okay, and the most important is this two right here. The support the door. That's very cheap, like 2-star, and then the sustain necrologist. Okay, because this one sacrifice, then you give a lot of moxie to your team, the rest of the team, and she can revive, and then repeat the process. So, and then it power boosts the ultimate spam ability, okay, for your main DPS. So that's a good team to do if you have these two characters. And then here's just some upcoming, okay, just I won't talk about it yet, but just take a look. Okay, so quickly you have some, that's a Millennia that's coming up soon. And the dog walking, the dog, yeah, I probably will change this team, like Eternity, dog, and medicine. It's kind of fun, the dog team. Same thing with Charlie dog, and yeah. So take a look and Lydia, like yeah, there's some other team that comes. See, like I told you about the poison team, you know, chemistry warfare. I like the name of the team. Yeah, this one's a little bit down the road, 1.2 version. Okay, so something to think about. And then you have this team. Yeah, this one will come way later, so a little bit too early. But and the same thing, the Black Dwarf. Okay. So yeah, with that we'll conclude the video here, and I hope this video helps with, you know, the team building, some clarify some of the thing, you know, how to upgrade your character, how to conserve like a lot of resources, you know, so you may make you clear the content easier. And yep, I hope you like this video. If you like the video, please, you know, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.